Hi, I'm Randy, otherwise known as Crafty at Sass Gypsies. I've had a few people who have asked about what size do they need to order or how do they measure out their pieces that they be ordering from me. So I'm going to do this video to kind of give you the layman's term of or the household way to measure bracelets for today. So if you're going to be ordering from Treasures of Copper on my Etsy store and or seeing me at a trade show, I'm going to make this video so that you know which size you need to order. I'm going to go through, I guess it'd be two different types of bracelets. There's the regular chain and all one link with a clasp. It just fit all the way around. And I'm also going to go through the cuff that is just a slip over on the wrist. So hopefully you'll find what you're looking for when you're sizing to order from my store, Treasures of Copper, on Etsy. Okay, for this, you'll need to do your sizing of your bracelet. You'll need something flexible. You can either, everybody seems to have these around these days, phone charger, or an old shoelace. This one's really old and worn out, but they're always handy. So you need something very flexible that you can put around your wrist for sizing. Paper clip definitely will help, and also if you need to, you could just use a wire tie wire. It's just going to be something that's going to hold the flexible thing in place while you measure. So I'm going to use the shoelace because that's what I tend to use to size my stuff. So what you want to do is you want to take and put the shoelace around your wrist. Okay, we're going to use the wire tie wire because that paper clip's a pain in the butt. So I'm going to tie it around the end, wrap it around nicely. So I'm going to twist it nice and tight so it doesn't come off. And then I'm going to put it around my wrist to where I think that I want my tension on my bracelet to be, and I'm just going to pinch, give her a feel. I think that's what I want my bracelet to be. So then I'm going to take it off the other side of the shoelace, and the new end that the new part that I just put on, I'm going to give her a couple of twists just so it doesn't come off, and that's going to be the length that I'm going to be looking for. So now I'm going to show you some ways to see what the length is. I mean, the obvious choice is to use a tape measure, which I'm sure I had one somewhere. So it's just the old-fashioned tape measure. I measure in inches. So all my sizing is going to be online, is going to be in inches. I'm going to go back to my shoelace where I've got my sizing, and I can take and put it up against my tape measure. So I'm looking at about 8.5 inches. So that's what I'm going to be needing. But if you don't have a tape measure, I'm going to show you a few methods that you can do that are going to be cheap and easy, and you can just hopefully everybody has them. 8.5 paper, regular printer paper. Eight and a half by 11. So, beauty about this is, for me, 8.5 works just fine. You can take in also, if you fold it in half, that half mark is going to be 4 1/4. Now, the beauty about this is, if you keep folding it, you're going to have about 2 inches here, about 6 inches here. So this is your 0, and this is your 8.5. It's approximate, like I said. Bracelets, you know, give or take 1/4 inch isn't going to matter much. So then now I can take my shoelace again that I had used and measure it up against there. Now, if I'm a 6 inch, which seems to be the average, then I'll be able to tell the 6 inch. Now, the beauty about this is, if you fold it one more time, it's about 1 inch, give or take. So therefore you could mark that too. So this is approximately 1, 3, 5, and 7. So therefore now you have pretty much what you need. So if you're a 6 inch, you just put your shoelace up against that, and you'll be able to find out that. Or say that you're 4 inch, even though it is 4 1/4. Once again, 1/4 inch isn't very much. So this is probably the easiest way to do this. You know, it's cheap. Piece of paper is a couple cents. There's a few other things that I'll include at the end here. If you like my videos, subscribe to see some more. I'll be showcasing what I have in my shop, Etsy, my Etsy shop, Treasures of Copper, and also if there's any other possible tips that I could be doing to help you size out what that gift for another person and or your special handmade creation would be that you could order off of Treasures of Copper. So a one chain or one single chain around your bracelet, usually it's a clasp and a hook. So the way to measure this is obviously from tip to tip. I bring out my measurement again. Mine's going to be about 9 inches. And once again, you go from tip to tip, and that's how you measure the wraparound chain type bracelet. The cuff bracelet is a little different. As you can see, it's got a gap between it. and they're meant to put onto a wrist, just like that. I don't know if you can still see or not. So, and the way to measure those, I usually find, you know, give me about 2 fingers in between, and to go from tip to tip, obviously this is, you know, and you don't want to be unraveling this either the way I'm going to, but the way to measure this, because that's the way it's going to be sized in my store, is you want to go from tip to tip again. So I'm about a 6-inch, so I would order a 6-inch off of my store if I was to order a cuff.